Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Freddy's just around the corner.
A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors is hands down the best entry in the Elm Street franchise. Directed by Chuck Russell and co-written by Wes Craven, Dream Warriors fully develops Freddy as a villain and horror icon. Dream Warriors would be my first Elm Street movie, and while I didn't realize it at the time, it was also the first time I would encounter Dungeons & Dragons in any form of media. This story begins with a new group of teens confined to a psychiatric hospital, all of whom are haunted by Freddy in their dreams. These kids are considered mentally unstable, but the reality is they are all trying to cope with Freddy stalking them, and no one seems to know how to help. Nancy Thompson, played again by Heather Langenkamp, appears as an intern therapist at the hospital. She's been through this nightmare before and is determined to help the last of the Elm Street children survive what she barely escaped. One of the best parts of Dream Warriors is when Nancy helps the teens discover that they have powers in their dreams. These powers, inspired by Dungeons & Dragons, allow the teens to fight back in their dreams. Kristen, played by Patricia Arquette, can pull others into her dreams and becomes a skilled acrobat. Kincaid has super strength, Taryn becomes a knife-wielding punk, and Will, the GM of a D&D-like game called Wizard Master, becomes a wizard. With these powers, the teens are able to join forces almost like an adventuring party as they explore the dungeon that is Freddy's boiler room hellscape. Freddy, played once again by Robert Englund, delivers the perfect balance of sinister and twisted humor. Freddy is still terrifying, but Dream Warriors is where he begins throwing out his signature one-liners. The nightmare sequences in Dream Warriors are some of the best in the series. The marionette scene where Freddy turns Philip into a puppet by pulling out his tendons still holds up as one of the most gruesome and horrifying scenes in the series, right up there with the blood fountain of the original. Dream Warriors tells a deeper story about overcoming trauma through companionship and Nancy's sincere understanding and mentorship. Each of the kids in the hospital has their own demons, and by working as a team to face Freddy, they learn to conquer these demons. This might be one reason I've never thought of the Elm Street series as slasher movies. There's much more going on here with the supernatural elements and the real-world problems the teenage characters face. If you're only going to see one Elm Street movie, it must be A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. Harness the power you've had in your most wonderful dreams, roll for initiative, and press play.
Can I ask you something?
Certainly.
Who gives a fuck what you think?